If you are studying for KCET 2027, you have heard many of your seniors or your fellow classmates sometimes say to you, "Arey bro, first PUC is not important. No question comes from there." Some of them may have said that, "Arey bro, this chapter is not important. No question comes from here. Don't study this. Don't study that. You have to study from this book. You have to study these questions, etc., etc." So today I am going to give you a clear picture how the KCET pattern is evolving. So if you are preparing for KCET 2027, then definitely you should watch this video. Do not go anywhere before completing this video, because I am going to reveal the truth about what are all the important chapters and how the KCET pattern is actually evolving year after year with proper analysis, proper data, so that you will get an idea that okay, whatever the seniors or whatever the other fellow is saying, now I have the knowledge, I will teach them. This is how it is being done, right? So welcome to Diksha Karnataka YouTube channel, and in KCET chapter-wise PYQ trend analysis, here all the important chapters and some suggestions from my side that how to prepare any chapters, what are all the important chapters, etc., that I will give you a clear cut picture, so that you will never be confused that okay, from PU1 how many questions might come, from PU2 how many questions will come, what are all the important chapters. So that clarity will give you a lot of calmness, and that will give you a way forward for your KCET preparation. So let's start. So first, if you see year on year analysis, okay, of each classes, for example PU1 and PU2. If you see in 2012, in the year 2012, PU2 had 49 questions, whereas PU1 has only 11 questions. Okay, in the next year 2023, only 45 questions from PU2 and 15 questions from PU1. So number of questions from PU1 increased, right? And if you go by this trend, when you arrive at the 2026 exam, you will see that 40 questions are from your PU2 and 20 questions are from your PU1. So clear cut picture is that the PU1 questions are increasing, starting from 11, it has now moved to 20, right? So initially it was like a very small portion of the entire exam. So those who are saying that only 5 to 10 question comes from PU1, that was like 5-10 years back, 5 years back in 2022. So they do not have the latest analysis data, and that's why they are confused, they are ignoring PU1. But if you are preparing for KCET 2027, do not ignore PU1, because as you can see, the number of questions coming from PU1 is increasing every year, and I believe 20 questions is maximum. So it may not go up, but I may be wrong, but you have to at least assume that 20 questions, minimum 20 questions will come from my PU1 syllabus, which is like 1/3 of your paper. 1/3 of your paper will be PU1. So you cannot ignore PU1 anymore. If you are thinking PU1 is okay, PU1 just like that, but PU1 is 1/3 of your paper. Remaining 2/3 is still PU2. So PU2 is still high weightage, but not as high as it was 5 years back. Okay, so number of questions increased from 18% to 33%, which is a huge jump, right? 15% jump. So PU1 questions nearly doubled in 5 years, which is a huge percentage. Okay, and PU2 questions dropped from 49 to 40. Okay, 9 questions are now no longer coming from PU2 syllabus. There are a lot of reasons behind that. Syllabus changed, some chapters weightage decreased, so that's why they have increased the weightage in PU1. Okay, so that is one thing. Now the relative split now is, if 2 questions are coming from your PU2, 1 question will also come from your PU1. So 2:1 is the almost current split, and you can expect the same pattern to continue. It is consistent with Comet K as well. Comet K also gives the similar weightage: 20 questions from PU1, 60 questions from your PU2. This is, I am talking about physics. If you want to know about other subjects, Jasmine ma'am has made a video, you can check that out as well. Now what else? So if you go by the chapter wise analysis, you will see how many questions are coming from each and every chapter. So electric charges and fields, first chapter. From here you are going to get, see, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. So the number of questions is varying, but minimum 3 questions it is coming every year. Okay, so 3 questions almost every year it is coming. Electrostatic potential and capacitance, barring 2024, every year minimum 3 questions is coming from this chapter. In 26, 4 questions actually came from this chapter. Now between these two chapters, they are actually sister chapters. Obviously the concepts are related. Some questions which have concepts of both the chapters, some concept from electric field, some concept from electrostatic potential. Those questions are being counted in chapter 2, because obviously this is the second chapter, so you cannot count them in the first chapter itself. That's why the questions, mixed questions from those two chapters are counted in this section. Okay, so you might see some questions which appears to be electric charges and electric potential, where this is counted in the next chapter. Always, if two chapters are combined, always the second chapter or the last chapter is counted. That is how the question number is counted. Current electricity, if you see, 6 question almost all year, every year 6 questions are coming. Now starting from 2025, they have added another new topic, which is experiments. Okay, experiments are also somewhat based on your theory, somewhat not based on your theory. For example, if you see 2025 paper, there was one question which not directly falling into any chapter. That's why number of, you cannot say it is a PU1 or PU2. But anyway, in 2026, one question that was directly from your experiments. So 6 question includes 5 from your NCERT textbook and 1 from your experiments, lab experiments that you perform. Okay, that's why the total count is still 6. So 6 questions almost every year. If you study current electricity, 6 questions are coming. So this is one of the super important chapter. I personally call it a God chapter of physics. Next, moving charges and magnetism, again another very consistent chapter, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5. So another consistent chapter, but if you see, if you go by the trend, the number of questions has decreased by 1, but still it is consistent. 4 questions last 3 years. If you see, 4 questions are coming from this chapter. Magnetism and matter, easy chapter, simple chapter. Almost 2 is the average from this chapter, except 2022, 2 questions is coming almost every year. Electromagnetic induction, another super small easy chapter. Again, the trend is question number decreased from 3 to 2 now. So 2 questions are coming from this chapter. You can expect 2 questions. Okay. Next, alternating current, another super consistent chapter. From this chapter, every year you are getting 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, like that. Okay. So you can expect another 3 questions from this chapter. Electromagnetic waves, the smallest chapter in your entire PU syllabus, including PU1 and PU2. Here you can get 1 question, not more than that. Only 2022, so there was 2 questions came from this chapter. Otherwise, consistently 1 question is coming from this chapter. Now, so current electricity has never dropped below 6 questions. So current electricity is one of the God chapter. Moving charges and magnetism hold steady at 4 and 5. Another super important chapter. Okay. So electrostatics together at 7 every year. So if you see that 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 1, 3, 3, 4, 3. So almost 7 questions combining these 2 chapters. So almost average from these 2 chapters are 7 questions. Okay. EM waves is guaranteed 1 mark pickup, tiny chapter. Okay, and fixed return. So if you study this electromagnetic waves, small chapter, even though it's a small chapter, but 1 question definitely comes from this chapter. So if you study this chapter, very less amount of time it's required to finish this chapter, and you are guaranteed to get 1 mark, right? And if you want to download this PDF, let me know in the comment section. I will provide a link for you. Next, ray optics and optical instrument, again another consistent chapter, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. Out of this 5 question, 1 was experiment based and remaining 4 are theory based. Okay, so another consistent chapter, 5 questions, almost 5 questions are coming from this chapter. Wave optics, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. It used to be very high weighted chapter. Some portions are deleted now, so number of questions reduced proportionally. Okay, dual nature of radiation and matter, this is also a consistent chapter, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. So again 2 to 3 question comes from this chapter. Atoms, and nuclei, they are again another sister chapters. So combining these two chapters, if you see last 2 years trend, it is 3 questions combining these two chapters. So atoms, 3 question came in 2026, but there was no question from nuclei. So combining atoms and nuclei, you are going to get 3 questions. Semiconductor electronics used to be very high weighted chapter. Okay, 443 used to come, but because of lot of portions are deleted from this chapter, the number of questions dropped to 2 in 2025, and it is increased by 1 in 26, so 3 questions. So 2 to 3 questions you can expect from this chapter. Okay, so ray optics is the second chapter overall, and rock solid 4 to 5 questions comes from there. Nuclei vanished in 2026, while atoms bounced back to number 3. Okay, revise them as one unit. Obviously, atoms and nuclei another sister chapter. So first 2 chapters are sister chapters, and atoms and nuclei are sister. These 2 chapters combined, these 2 chapters, 3 questions comes every year. Okay, semiconductor oscillates 2 to 4, budget for 3. So as I mentioned, semiconductor used to be high weighted chapter because logic gates etc. was part of this chapter, but now because those portions are deleted, only 2 to 3 questions you can expect from this chapter as well. Okay, now let's move on with PU1. So PU1 analysis is very interesting, very interesting. So if you see that PU1, units and measurement, the first chapter, consistently 1 question. Motion in a straight line, consistently 1 question. Motion in a plane, okay, used to be one question. In 2024 there was no question at all, but from 2025 and 2026, last 2 years, the question number is remarkably high. For PU1 standard, 2 questions come from this chapter. Laws of motion, again it was consistent at 1, but from 2025, since the pattern has changed, the new number of questions from 2025 question pattern change. Okay, if you are wondering what I am saying question pattern change, actually they have added a new part which is called the, which is actually the experiment was added, some few question level was changed, and from 2025 onwards the pattern change happened, and all the PU1 weightage was increased from 2025. Okay, so as you can see, then laws of motion suddenly jumped to 2 question. Okay, work energy power again from 1 to now 2 questions. System of particles and rotational motion, it is consistently 2 question year after year. Slightly difficult chapter, but question are relatively easy. So if you are okay with the little longer calculations, you can complete this chapter and get 2 questions as well. Gravitation again, the number of questions has increased to 2 questions. Okay, here upgrade 2 questions each. Motion in a plane, laws of motion, work energy power, and gravitation all moved from 0 to 1 to 2, right? Rotational motion is the most consistent PU1 chapter, exactly 2 questions for 5 straight years. So this is a very interesting pattern, right? So number of questions have changed in many of these chapters. Now if you go to the other portions, other chapters, mechanical properties of solid, consistently 1 question. Mechanical properties of liquid used to be 1 question, but in 2026 there was 2 questions. 1 question was deleted from there. Question was technically slightly incorrect, so that question was deleted from mechanical properties of fluids. Thermal properties of matter, 1 question throughout except 1 year. We are ignoring, if there is a blank, we are ignoring that. So thermodynamics, 1 question every chapter, every year. Kinetic theory, 1 question. Oscillations, 1 question. Waves also 1 or 2 questions. So sometimes one chapter will have 2 questions from one of these chapters, and remaining years it will be 1 question each. Okay, because they have to add 20 questions, right? So this is how it's going to be, but 1 question is definitely going to come from all of these chapters. Okay, 1 question each, like clockwork. Nearly every chapter here gives exactly 1 question year after year, low effort, guaranteed marks. So these chapters are relatively easy. Yes, slightly memory based. You need to remember some of the formulas, some of the calculations, but yes, if you remember those, mostly you will be able to solve those questions and get the marks, right? Fluids doubled in 2026. The only mover in this block, Bernoulli viscosity and surface tension, deserve extra preparations. Okay, So these are the some important concepts that you need to study just for your preparation, right? So I hope that all the chapter wise marks, which chapters are important, are clear to you. If not, don't go anywhere. I am not yet done. Okay, if you see that last 5 years current electricity has maximum number of questions, which is 31. So this is the most important chapter. This is the god chapter of physics. Next, ray optics and optical instrument, the second most consistent chapter with 24 questions in last 5 years. Moving charges and magnetism, it is also very important. 22 questions last 5 year. Electric charges and fields, 19 questions last 5 year. Alternating current, 17 questions last 5 year. Semiconductor electronics, 16 questions last 5 year. Electrostatic potential and capacitance, 14 questions last 5 year. And wave optics, this is 13 questions last 5 years. So what is the analysis? Current electricity is the most important chapter, and you are going to guarantee at least 6 questions from this chapter. Ray optics number 2 and moving charges and magnetism number 3, right? 60% of the paper, if you study these chapters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chapters, if you study 8 chapters, 60% of the paper is coming from these 8 chapters. Okay, if someone says that, okay, this alternating current is not important, bro, skip it, you should say that this is one of the important chapters. 60% questions comes from these 8 chapters, and I must study them. If you want to skip, this is up to you. Okay, you want to settle for a 1 lakh rank, that is up to you. I want top 1000 rank. For that, I have to finish these 8 chapters first, right? So these are the 8 chapters. When you are, first of all, obviously, when you are first time studying, you should follow the chronology of the chapters given in your textbook. When you are revising, these chapters should be first. Okay, when you are revising any chapter, these are the chapters that you should revise first. Okay, be it for PU exam also, these are important chapters. For KCET exam also, they are important chapters. Cannot skip. Okay, a trend break study strategy: master the big 3 chapters first. Okay, current electricity, ray optics, and moving charges and magnetism. I hope current electricity and moving charges magnetism is already done. Some of you already have completed ray optics also, those who follow 2-track system in their colleges, 2 teachers teaching from 2 different sides. Ray optics would also have been completed in your classes. So in that case, current electricity, ray optics, and moving charges, these big 3 chapters should have been completed in your college. Okay, next, stop treating PU1 as optional. Very important. You cannot skip PU1, even if your senior says that, even if your friend says that. Trust me, PU1 weightage is increasing every year, and it will be minimum 20 questions in 2027 as well. Okay, class 11 has grown every year from 11th question to 20th question. So 11 question was coming in 2022, and in 2026 20 questions are coming in 2026. Okay, mean the carry 12 questions, even 1 mark chapters like kinetic theory, payback, with a single revision day. So if you have studied those chapters in your PU1, well and good, to revise them and you will be good to go. If you have not studied them, you have to start from the scratch. Then find some time, okay, between your exams, between your holidays, you have to finish PU1, because that is also super important. You cannot skip. Okay, many of you have wasted your PU1, but you cannot waste any single day starting today. Okay, now obviously bank the fixed 1 markers. Whatever chapters are 1 marker, generally they are short, conceptual but easy. Okay, those questions you should not skip, and practice PYQs by weightage. So whatever chapters have high weightage, those chapters PYQs you must study first. Okay, now from where you want to study? If you want to study from some textbook, some PYQ books, very good, but we have a free YouTube batch for all of you. So you can join, all of you can join the YouTube batch for absolutely free of cost. And how to join it? Just give me a moment. you scroll down to the description section of this video, and once you come to the description section of this video, click on more, and here you will get the join free ACE KCET 2027 course. Now click here, and once you come over here, just click on ACE KCET 2027 ₹0. Buy now, register with your mobile number and email ID, and then you will get the access to free batch. Now this is the content here are from YouTube, obviously most lectures that we are doing on YouTube, but what is extra over here? So you are going to get free tests over here, you are going to get free quizzes, free assignments, and not only that, you are also going to get the class lecture notes and distraction free study. Okay, there will be no distraction when you are studying from YouTube. Some pop-ups might come, some right hand side, some notification might come, but when you are studying from here, no such distractions, it will be pure study only. And major part is that you are going to get the lecture PDFs directly from here. Okay, class slides, you can click here, you will get all the lectures at one place. You don't need to worry, okay, my midterm paper, I forgot what was the midterm question paper looks like, what are the important concepts, everything you are going to get over here. Okay, class slides, class lectures, everything you are going to get over here. You don't need to worry. Also, you will get the Ved AI support as well. Ved is our AI companion. So you just need to click on the link of the description section of this video. Click there. Okay, go there, join today, don't wait, because obviously everyone is preparing. This is the free batch, it will remain free, so don't worry. But everyone has started, and by the time you start, you might be late to the party, and by the time everyone will be at least few kilometers ahead of you, right? So don't be late, join today and start preparing for KCET 2027. All the best. And if you have any questions, any queries, please mention in the comment section below. I'll be back with more videos very soon. Till then, bye.